Evening guys, welcome back. Thank you for coming back and checking out another one of my videos. As I mentioned on my previous YouTube last week, I said I'll be talking about Good Morning Keith. I was repping one of their really super cool t-shirts, and I'd literally just been to shoot it with Dennis. So as I was saying, it was a sick shoot. He had all his like old school lenses to his camera. He shoots in black and white, like it always comes up. You can obviously go into the colours, but when he displays the picture, he always displays it in black and white. So literally it was perfect. I knew exactly what it was looking like. I knew exactly what the location was looking like. So literally, we went for a coffee beforehand, which was quite nice, a bit of a catch up. I'd only seen them the previous day, but it was nice to like see him outside of like shooting environment type of thing. So it's always, he's the guy we always use at work, obviously to do all the photos. He's really sick photographer here in Manchester. So it was nice having a nice little cup of coffee, bit of a chat, and then we were like, right, what are we going to do today? So we'd already sort of like thought of the locations around pretty much my flat, which is really cool. So we went and shot next to, it's just right at the back. So sort of like there's a big hotel, and that's one of the bars I really like in Manchester. It's got this really cool old clock tower, and it looks really old. It's got all the white porcelain bricks. And basically the brand, obviously I'm going to talk about today in this YouTube, is well in with that 60s, 70s look. In even the photo shoots, their Instagram, the whole thing they do, they've just got it absolutely down. Literally some of the brand new photos like they take even this year look like they've been taken in the 70s. They work with a really cool photographer over in Paris. And just some of the stuff they sort of like produce and make themselves, obviously t-shirts, scarves, all that jazz, is sick. And the way they shoot and film the stuff is also unbelievably cool. So if you've not checked it out, I actually have obviously, well, there's a car going to go by. Sounds like it's having a bit of a nightmare. Yeah, if you've not checked out Good Morning Keith, if you've not seen my previous, it was probably back in February, so you might have to scroll down a little bit on my YouTube. But I've also, like I've mentioned them before my YouTube, I've mentioned a t-shirt of theirs and just a couple of scarves. I've got another one of the scarves here today, and I've got one of the old ones. If you didn't see it, hopefully I will be able to link this YouTube in with the old YouTube, because I know how to do it, easy peasy. But yeah, if you've missed that, if you've missed it entirely, go back and watch that one. My blog tonight will be about Good Morning Keith. It's a super cool rock and roll, sort of like retro vintage inspired 60s, 70s brand. You've got to go and check it out. My blog, you can see all the photos Dennis has taken. You can see how I styled one of the t-shirts up. You can see what I wore. Hopefully just to get a little bit of inspiration yourself. If you fancy going to check their website out and going, all right, I could wear it this way, I could wear it like your own personal way, but let's just see what I did. So you can go and check my blog out. You'll be able to find my blog link in the description below in this YouTube video. Yes, I think that's all right. I will flash up obviously a couple of images, as I always do on YouTube, to give you a little bit of a taster to what my blog is all about and what the photographs look like. So here are a couple of images which obviously Dennis shot of me. So we went for the cool cobbled streets, we went for the obviously the tower in the background, which I've already mentioned, and just hopefully that 60s, 70s vibe. Basically what I wore, well, this is it. Let's have a look at the t-shirt first. I've got a couple of t-shirts to go through and a couple of like little bits of cool pieces to show you, but I'll start off obviously with the t-shirt. If you do see the odd stain on it, it's because I wore it, and I wore it that day. I wore it sort of when I was making tea, blah blah. I've spilled a tiny little thing at the bottom. It's yet to go in the wash, but these organic cotton t-shirts are really good in the wash. What a little segue there. Yeah, Good Morning Keith always use the best materials, so that's down to the scarves, which they source from like fashion houses, where I think I was reading up, and it was basically the grandma of the owner of the brand who makes the scarves, who like hand embroids the scarves. They're all found from is it Nina Ricci, Dior, the big fashion houses, Saint Laurent. If they've got any spare material or any off-cut materials or any materials they don't use, I think they must sell this to people in Paris. And obviously Good Morning Keith buy from these big fashion houses in Paris, and they make their little detailed scarves, which I'm going to show you, and obviously their little sort of bandanas from that off-cut or unused material from big fashion houses. So it's a lovely little article if you want to go and read up about Paulette across on Good Morning Keith's website, how she makes the scarves, where they source the material from. It's a really, really good read. It's really, really cool, and it'll introduce you a little bit of what the brand is all about. But yeah, this t-shirt, 100% organic cotton. It's got a lovely Good Morning Keith sewed in label tag. I got this in a small, and I got the other t-shirts I'm about to show you in a small as well. But just this sort of like, just this love logo just looks so, so cool. It does look pretty 60s, pretty 70s, obviously all about peace and love. But all their t-shirts, all their designs, and obviously just by going across and have a look on their Instagram, you can just get this sort of, you get the feel of the brand straight away. And it's really, really cool. But I absolutely adore this t-shirt. I wasn't going to want to fall into that one. But yeah, really, really like it. Really, really cool. It's really simple, white and the red logo. I wore this shirt. Do you want to just, instead of just wearing a t-shirt normally, you just turn it up a little bit on the sleeves, and I think that sort of makes, like, these little small details do make it, instead of just wearing a t-shirt normal way, if you turn it up, little things you can add to the t-shirt, which I added this amazing 60s cool scarf. So this again is a Good Morning Keith scarf. They've got their little logo obviously sewn into the edge just there. This one is really, really simple. It's probably something I wouldn't normally go for, but they did send me and CJ a couple of bits last week, and it is just, when I tried it on, I was like, I'm not too sure, but obviously with this outfit it was literally the perfect accessory. So it's just very simple. Normally I like a print, normally I like a big sort of like pattern or something on my scarf, animal print, blah blah blah, but this one was just quite a cool, even the colour, it's neither here or there, it's just like a beige, but it's super soft, it's super silky. I imagine it's a silk, obviously if it's been bought from these big major fashion houses in Paris. I've not actually looked it up, but I'm going to say I'm sort of 99% sure it will be a lovely silk. It feels like a silk as well, but it's so nice, it's so floaty, and basically when I tied it around the top of my neck and wore it with this t-shirt, it looked really, really sick. The last time I styled Good Morning Keith t-shirts up, I styled it with a pair of flares. I didn't sort of do that this time because I just wanted to wear my classic skinny jeans. It was more about the t-shirt and the little accessories. Obviously that was my blog tonight. So yeah, I just think it looked really, really cool, and just I love this, like the material. It's got these very, very thin lines to it as well, which have a nice sort of when something is a little bit higher than normal. It's got a nice ridge. There he is. You got the word in the end. Nice little ridge-lined scarf, which is pretty cool. But I've got another scarf here. If you didn't catch my last YouTube, or you can't be asked to watch that last YouTube, this is another like really, really nice detail scarf. So you can see it's like a really, really cool red paisley pattern. It's absolutely killer. It's got Good Morning Keith sewed into the back. So really, you just throw all these little scarves over. They're perfect for the summertime. They're not actually a scarf, as in like it will keep you warm. It's literally just an add-on to an outfit. You can tie it any which way you want. Normally I'd sort of, if I wasn't going to just wear it just pretty much straight over my neck, I'd wear it just like a little tie, just like simply tied. You can wear it obviously up high, just a little bit of a difference. Obviously you've got chains on, I wouldn't really wear it up high. I'd probably wear it a little bit looser. But yeah, really, really cool. Worn this way as well, or even sort of just around the belt buckles of your jeans, blah blah blah. It can be worn in so many different ways, but these little detail scarves across on Good Morning Keith are absolutely sick. As you can see, there's the Good Morning Keith has been sewn into the bottom of the scarf, and then it's just fringed on the end to give it that little detail. But these scarves, especially in the summertime, especially obviously if the weather's warm, they just add that little bit extra detail, that little extra look to an outfit, and I definitely go and recommend buying them from Good Morning Keith because they're just super cool. So you've seen the bandana, you've seen the little scarf. These other little accessories they sent me, which are really, really cool. So this one, Power to Youth, and this one obviously matching the t-shirt, obviously the love. These are just printed on cool bits of material. They've got some lovely sort of gold safety pins to tie them onto, like say denim jackets, tie them onto sort of like any sort of jacket. I've seen them on pretty much I don't know, what are the style of the bottom? The style of the bottom jackets. I'm trying to sell it to you here. So the style of the bottom jackets, denim jackets, when you've got all the badges, when you've got all the pins, these obviously will look absolutely sick across on a denim jacket. But I think I'm not I might wear them with an outfit, but I think they'll look absolutely sick in a little frame. So I was going to get 2 little frames and just mount these little gold safety pinned bits of material with some really nice, they've got like a velvet sort of material on top, so they're not just printed just with like ink, they're not printed in that sort of classic way of just either paint or I've lost all my words to that. I'm trying now. I'm really struggling. You definitely know I'm filming this way early in the week and I'm not sort of like adjusted yet. Too much wine over the weekend, obviously. Yeah, they're not just your classic screen prints. They are like, obviously, they're velvet little words. Each single word is a nice little velvet touch. So these are really cool as well. I've never seen anyone else do these on the market. They obviously are really vintage inspired pieces. Obviously, you used to see all the mods and rockers and they had little bits like this they made themselves on the jackets, and I just think it's such a nice accessory. And Good Morning Keith do quite a few of these little guys across on their website too, so you can check those out. Getting on to, they sent me and Chloe a California tee each, so there's Chloe's in pink and she's not worn it yet, but I think we're going to get some photographs pretty soon. So these really nice t-shirts, again 100% organic cotton, and they've got a really cool, look at that font. That font is just absolutely epic. So the font is obviously really retro, really sort of like flowing, and it's just pretty plain, but it doesn't have to be in your face. Wearing this, obviously I styled mine up. I think I threw an Instagram image on a couple of weeks ago, and it was, I just think I had it on underneath a biker jacket, in just a simple t-shirt, California, underneath a black biker jacket. Especially mine, because mine was bright yellow. Obviously you wouldn't have been able to see that across my black and white Instagram, but this is a colour I would not pretty much ever wear. I've not got anything this bright in my wardrobe, especially not yellow, and then obviously the red to contrast the California. So it was quite cool for me just to like break a little barrier and wear some like really bright colour. But yeah, again, pretty cool. Logo in the back, pretty simple, just a plain cotton organic t-shirt, but with this amazing, obviously raised font of velvet, which is cool. But I just love that sort of, again, it's not printed, it's not screen printed. They've done a little bit more care and detail, and they've put the lettering on with the velvet material. But it just looks sick. It just looks very 70s. And again, a t-shirt is just your plain simple cool. But again, little bits, little details, little roll-up sleeves, little neckties, little bandanas. It all makes for that added look, added detail, and it's really cool. So yeah, if you're not seeing Good Morning Keith, if you've never heard of Good Morning Keith, it is probably one of my favourite brands I've ever discovered via Instagram. Obviously, because you see brands all the time via Instagram, but this brand is very rock and roll. The photographs, the sort of the look, the way they dress things up, the detail and the story behind it, who makes it, where it's made, the quality, everything is sick. And I thoroughly, if you're going to check out any of these brands I talk about across on YouTube, I strongly recommend you check out Good Morning Keith, because you're bound to find something you absolutely love and adore, and it'll come and you'll think it's sick. And it's one of those brands to watch. They've only been going around for I think 2 or 3 years, maybe less. I'm not exactly sure. But it's one of those brands definitely to watch, because the Parisian, the cool, the rock and roll, they've got a good story, and I think it's definitely one of those brands which will go somewhere. So yes, thanks for listening to my ramblings once again on YouTube. Check the blog out, it's in the description bar below, and join me next week for another YouTube. I will see you in a bit. Cheers.